नासतो विद्यते भावः
नासतो विद्यते भावः
नाभावो विद्यते सतः
नाभावो विद्यते सतः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
उभयोरपि
दृष्टोऽन्तः
दृष्टोऽन्तः
त्वनयो तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
so tattvanayoho plus tattvadarshibihi, that oho, right, that when it connects it becomes as tvanayos tattvadarshibihi, tvanayos tattvadarshibihi. Repeat. Tvanayos tattvadarshibihi.
Tvanayo drashta. Anga, can you repeat again?
Last word I want you to repeat. Tvanayos tattvadarshibihi.
Tvanayo sattvadarshibhihi.
Very good. Varsha Vidra, will you be able to chant? Okay. Chapannamma. Unmute cheskondi. 16th talli idi. 16th. Chapter 2, 16th.
Nasato vidyate bhavaha. Vibhavo.
నేను చెప్తాను, నేను తర్వాత నా తర్వాత నువ్వు చెప్తు కానీ సరేనా? నాసతో విద్యతే భావః
नासतो विद्यते भावः
नाभावो विद्यते सतः
नाभावो विद्यते सतः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः.
Very good, Tali. Pranvi Tali?
Listen.
Will you chant?
Listen.
Full lines chant chedama. नासतो विद्यते भावः नाभावो विद्यते सतः
नासतो विद्यते भावः नाभावो विद्यते सता
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः. मళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నా సెకండ్ లైన్. उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः.
Very good. Kriti? Unmute చేసుకున్నానా? నువ్వు చెప్తావా? చెప్తావా నువ్వు కూడా? ఓకే. సెకండ్ చాప్టర్ 16th 1-6 నానా ఇది 16th శ్లోక. నా సతో విద్యతే భావ. ఉందా? కనిపించిందా కనిపించలేదా?
नासतो विद्यते भावः नाभावो विद्यते सतः
Ubhayorapi drushtantah.
उभयोरपि दृष्टोतः
त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
तवयोश्च तदस्थितिः
तव कादम्मा त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
त्वस्तदर्शिभिः.
Very good. Lasya and Sheetal, I'll ask you to chant the next one. Okay. So, tattva darshibhihi. Darshanam ante entama. Darshanam ante entante seeing kadu. Seeing and చాలా మంది అనుకుంటారు దర్శన అంటే ఏంటంటే సీయింగ్ అని అనుకుంటారు. సీయింగ్ కాదు, రియలైజింగ్, ఎక్స్పీరియన్సింగ్ వాట్ యు ఆర్ సీయింగ్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ దర్శన్. దర్శనం చేసుకుంటున్నాము, దేవుడికి దర్శనం చేసుకుంటున్నాము అంటాం, రైట్? వి సే వి ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు దర్శన్. హిందీలో కూడా వర్డ్ ఉంది దర్శన్, భగవాన్ కే దర్శన్ కే లే జా రहे हैं, right? So what is darshan? Darshan is not just seeing, it is experiencing and realizing what you saw. Okay, not to forget what you saw, that is darshan. So tattva darshibhi ante entante those who have seen tattva. What is tattva? Tattva means the reality, the real knowledge. Tattva means the real knowledge. The essence of all the Vedas is tattva. Is the tattva. If I would say, can you summarize what Indian Vedas, all the Sanatana Vedas tell about? What will you say? Oh my God, these are so many Vedas and Puranas, Itihasas, Brahma Sutras. How can I assimilate everything and give you like one-liner? All the Vedas can be synthesized into one line. And that one line is Aham Brahmasmi. I am everything. I am the ultimate supreme. This is the essence of all the Vedas. They give it in different ways. So Tattvadarshibhi is the one who has realized and who has understood this essence clearly. వాళ్ళని ఏమంటామంటే మనం తత్వదర్శి అంటాం. ఈ తత్వదర్శిభి అన్నది వాళ్ళు దే బిలీవ్ ఇన్ సంథింగ్ ఇస్ వాట్ భగవాన్ ఇస్ సేయింగ్. వాట్ దే బిలీవ్ ఇన్? దే బిలీవ్ ఇన్ ఎ ఫ్యాక్ట్. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ ఫ్యాక్ట్ దట్ దే హ్యావ్ రియలైజ్డ్? నా సతో విద్యతే భావః నా అభావో విద్యతే సతః. విద్యతే means existing. Something existing in something. Na bhavo vidyate satah. See, there are two things here we have to understand. One is sat and the other one is asat. Remember these words, right? What is sat? Whenever you hear the word sat, like Sat, Sat Purusha. When you hear this word Sat Purusha, that Sat has got a specific meaning. Lasya, do you know the meaning? What is the meaning of Sat? Let me give you a hint. There is another name to God. We call him Satchidananda. What is the meaning of Sat in that? Sat Chit Ananda. What is Sat there? Kriti నీకు తెలుసా?
eternal.
తెలియదు. Eternal. Eternal అంటే ఏంటి? What is eternal?
Never changing.
Never changing. Something that has been in the past, something that's there today, and it will be there going forward tomorrow and day after, thereafter, any time in the future. So whatever is present in the past, present and future is called Sat. Give me one such example. Vidura, nu cheppuna na oka example cheppu. Whatever remained past, now and present and future.
Your birthday?
That's a good thing. That's a good way. Birthday. As long as people remember me, it will be. But there is a chance that people will forget me as a person. So they will forget my birthday. There are so many freedom fighters. We don't celebrate birthdays of all the freedom fighters anymore. Maybe Mahatma Gandhi, we probably talk about Jawaharlal Nehru, but there are many. We don't celebrate and we don't even remember the birth date of many, and we don't give holidays. So the birthday will also vanish after some time. When I say
But it's
future,
still
future in the
gonna
sense,
stay as a day in like most of the years in the past, but it was still a day in the past. It's a day in the future and in the present. So it's not gonna vanish completely. It's just like people don't remember you being born on it, but the day still exists.
very good. The world, right? The world is, we think the world exists, but remember one thing, the day, the night will happen as long as the planets are there and the sun exists. Avuna kada? Correct? So what is Big Bang theory? How many of you read science and how many of you know what is Big Bang theory? What is Big Bang?
It's like scientists think that one like really big bang created the entire universe.
Okay. And where are they? Are we not moving into that dark spot, everyone? All the planets and galaxies moving into one dark spot, right?
I think
Where there is complete vacuum and nothing else. If every planet goes into that spot after, let's say, millions of years, if every planet goes in there, where is day and night then? So that means now you may see that there is going to be day and night for at least 5,000 years. I can think that, yeah, it will be there. But what about 100 million years later, a billion years later? Do you think we'll still have those? Don't know. Maybe, may not be. But still, it's a world. There is only one thing as such which will remain as per the spiritual science that we are going through. There is one thing that remains forever, and that is the consciousness. I'll give you a small example. What is consciousness? Being aware of something, having the awareness. అది ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే నీకు దెబ్బ తగిలింది అనుకో, సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ప్లేయింగ్ అండ్ యు ఆర్ హర్ట్, అవునా, మనం ఒక్కొక్కసారి ఆడుతున్నప్పుడు వి గెట్ హర్ట్. సో వెన్ యూ గెట్ హర్ట్ అండ్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ రియలీ పెయిన్ఫుల్, how come the tears come from your eyes? Why they have to come? Think. కాలికి కదా దెబ్బ తగిలింది, కళ్ళలో నుంచి ఎందుకు నీళ్ళు రావాలి?
Because your leg doesn't have eyes.
That's one. And the other thing is, there is something in yourself inside which is aware that you are hurt. Avuna kada? Suppose there are few people who cannot actually walk, they do not have sense in their hands. You prick with needle on that hand, do you think they will start crying? No, because they don't have any awareness.
Because they don't have any consciousness in their arms.
See, that consciousness is nothing but being aware of what is happening to you and the surroundings. That consciousness is one thing which remains forever. Which remains forever. And all these other things which are coming and going, like this body, like my body when I was born, which everyone pampered a lot. What happened to that body? Now nobody is pampering me at all. Nobody is pampering me at all now these days. So what happened to that pampering Pawan? The Pawan who was pampered a lot, no more existing. It's no more existing, right? But I still have the same consciousness. I still have the same consciousness. I still love sweets. Back then, I used to love sweets. Now I'm loving sweets. Why? Why that continuity? That body is dropped, right? Anyway, this is a new body, new person.
But your soul is still with you. That's why you
exactly
have
correct. Very good. So you already are talking about this verse. The soul is eternal. So Bhagwan is saying, where there is Sat, there is no question of non-existence. Bhavaha ante existence, right? Where there is eternal entities like soul, consciousness, experiences. These are eternal. What is not eternal? Body, world outside, my relationship with others. These are temporary. And so they are not Sat. Bhagwan is trying to clearly distinguish between Sat and Asat. Bhagwan is saying one that does not exist, which is temporary in nature, there you don't have, that is called as Asat, and in Asat there is no eternal existence. But whereas if it is Sat, it is going to be an eternal existence, and you don't have to question that. Why he is saying all this? Because Arjuna is thinking that when he goes into the war, when he kills his grandsire Bhishma Pitamaha, and when he kills his Guru Dronacharya, when he kills all his brothers and cousins in the war, then they will not exist. What Bhagwan Sri Krishna is telling is, Arjuna, you are mistaken. The experiences that they carried so far will continue. Their soul will continue. They will not perish just because you are hitting with arrows. You cannot hit them with your arrows. They will persist.
So their souls are basically just going to go out of their old bodies and just take form into a new one.
Correct. They will wait until they find the right next body. That we will continue. When we go to the next chapters, we know how it selects the next body. There is a process by which it selects. And for that, Antakarana, the decision, the session that we had in the past, we talked about Antakarana, where you store all your experiences. Naku gulab jamun ante ishtam, na kakarkai ante ishtam ledu baboy, nakoddu, right? These experiences will take you to the next body, because those experiences will not go away. Those experiences, your likings, your attachments, the experiences that you get, the emotions that you create, the knowledge that you have will not go anywhere. You might have seen small babies who are just born 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, they chant entire Bhagavad Gita. They sing prayers, and they chant shlokas like anything. How do they know?
They're child geniuses.
We call them as child geniuses, but they are continuing their journey from where they left in the previous life. That's how those experiences, the jnana, the knowledge is not going anywhere. It remains. So it is always said, it is important to start Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because once you start, Bhagwan will take care of it how you end it. If I'm not able to complete it in this life, I will complete it in the next life. I'll start from where I stop. This is how the experiences are. Okay? So Bhagwan is saying, na asato vidyate bhavaha. That means asat, wherever you see asat, there you will not have the eternal nature of it, existence of it. So if that is not real, it comes and goes. Don't worry about that. Then there is something called as na abhavo vidyate sataha. There is never a non-existence when it comes to sat. So ubhayorapi drushtontaha, one who is wise, one who is knowledgeable, one who is a tattvadarshi, he knows by looking at something, he will say, this is sat, this is asat. This is temporary, that is permanent. He will know that, or she will know that. And so they will try to differentiate. Once you know how to differentiate between sat and asat, then you will know what to hang up to and what to leave and ignore. Asat, ignore. Sat, catch it. Right? So, వాళ్ళని తత్వదర్శి అంటారు. అలాంటి వాళ్ళు తత్వదర్శి అందరూ కూడా ఎవరైతే ఉంటారో, తత్వం తెలిసిన వాళ్ళు ఎవరైతే ఉంటారో, they consider sat and asat differently. They know what is going to be eternal, they know what is going to be temporary. And so he continues with the next verse. 17. Varsha, Chapter2.
Can I chant it?
Yeah, chant Chapter2. So I'll chant and then you repeat it. Okay, Nana?
Okay.
Avinashitu tad vidhi.
Avinashitu tad vidhi.
Yena sarvamidam tatam.
Yena sarvam idam tatam.
Vinashamavyyasyasya.
Vinashamavayavyasya.
మూడు పదాలు ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ. వినాశం, అవ్యయస్, యాస్య.
Avyayasyasya.
వినాశమవ్యయస్యాస్య.
Vinasham avyayasyasya.
వెరీ గుడ్. నకశ్చిత్ చెప్పు. నకశ్చిత్ కర్తుమర్హతి.
Kartumarhati.
నకశ్చిత్ కర్తుమర్హతి.
Nakaschit kartumarhati.
వెరీ గుడ్. సో ఇలాంటివి మనం శ్లోకాస్ చెప్పుకుంటూ చదువుకుంటూ ఉంటే your all parts of your brain will just get activated. That is also one beautiful advantage of chanting these shlokas, because they provoke all different parts of your brain. Look at this. Avinashitu tad vidhi. Malli chepnanu.
Avinashitu tad vidhi.
Yena sarvamidam tatam.
Yena sarvamidam tatam.
Vinashamavyyasyasya.
Vinasham avyayasyasya.
Nakaschit kartumarhati.
Nakaschit kartumarhati.
Very good. Alasya, Shrital, మీరు చెప్పండి అన్న. అవినాశితు తద్విద్ధి.
అవినాశితు తద్విద్ధి.
येन सर्वमिदं ततं.
येन सर्वमिदं ततं.
विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य.
विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य.
न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति.
न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति.
కృతి నువ్వు చెప్తానా? చెప్పు. అవినాశితు తద్విద్ధి. 17th. జాత్నానా చిరిగిపోతుంది, జాగ్రత్త. నెమ్మదిగా తీ, పర్వాలేదు, కంగారు లేదు. నో హరీ. Second chapter, 17th verse, 1-7. చెప్పు. అవినాశితు తద్విద్ధి.
అవినాశితు తద్విద్ధి.
येन सर्वमिदं ततं.
एव सर्वज्ञतं ततं.
येन सर्वमिदं ततं.
येन सर्वज्ञतं ततं.
विनाशम् अव्ययस्यास्य. न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति. मर्हति नना h. कर्तुमर्हति. Karen, Jian. Can you
Uncle,
chant?
it's Gianna.
Gianna?
Gianna.
It's Gianna?
Yes, uncle.
Okay. All right, Gianna. Both of you, can you chant this? Avinashitu tadvidhi.
Avinashitu tadvati.
Yena sarvamidam tatam.
Yena sarvamidam tattama.
Vinasham avyayasyasya.
Vinasham vyavyayasyasya.
Na kaschit kartumarhati.
Nakashit kartumarhati.
Very clearly, Bhagwan is saying here that he told what is Sat and what is Asat, right? Now he is saying the one that is Sat, the one that you cannot kill, is also something which is eternal. The best thing that you can think of eternal is the God himself. The God himself. So he says his presence is in everything that you can see and touch. Everything that you can think of. God's presence is existing in that. Sarvamidam tatam, which means existing in everything. What is existing in everything? Antavanta ime deha. What exists in you, inside this body, one that is wearing this body as a sweater on top, exists in everything. That he is talking about the pure consciousness of the God. That exists everywhere, wherever you see. It is there in Bhishma, it is there in Dronacharya, it is there in your brothers, it is there in the horses that you are riding, it is there in me and you. It's there everywhere. Vinasham avyayasyasya. Avyaya means something that is not changing. Vyaya means something that changes. Avyaya means non-changing. Non-changing. Obviously, if it is changing, then it is not Sat. This body, for example, I was having a different body altogether many years back. Now I have a different body. And as I grow older, I may have a different body. That changes, right? So what Bhagwan is saying here is avyayah. Something that is not changing means you cannot destroy that. Oh, Arjuna, you are thinking that you are going to destroy Bhishma, you are going to destroy Dronacharya. No, you can only destroy their body. But even if you don't do, that body is going to be destroyed. What must change will change. What doesn't change, you are nobody to make that change. So Bhishma and Dronacharya's soul, you cannot even touch that. Your arrows will not be able to touch that. This is an indirect speech here where Bhagwan is trying to say, don't worry. You are not going to kill their soul. You are only going to get their body away from the soul. Because the soul that is covering this body, ime deha, this deha means sharira, this body, the one that is inside the body, the one that is wearing this body, that is avyaya. That is eternal. You are not going to do anything to that. It is in my wish. How that works, how that proceeds, where it goes next, it's in my decision. You can never touch that. You will not be able to touch that. Na kaschit kartum. There is no way you can do anything about it. You cannot do anything about it. That is going to be eternal. Is a knowledge that Bhagwan Sri Krishna is giving to Arjuna here. Okay? So, think about all the things that are changing in this world. We keep worrying about them. Manaki, suppose in your life, if I have to think, నాకు ఈ రోజు మ్యాథ్స్ లో మంచి మార్కులు వచ్చాయి, నెక్స్ట్ సెమిస్టర్ లో నాకు మంచి మార్క్స్ రాలేదు, right? And you get disappointed. See, the problem here is that these marks, these credits that you are getting, you will realize that when you grow older, when you get into jobs, when you have a family to take care of, When you turn backwards and see how many marks you got, what grade you got in your middle school, what grades you got in your high school, they will become immaterial at that point in time. You will realize that regardless of what grades you got, you are doing great. Even if the grades were not good, you are still doing great. Or it could be other way around. You got a nice, beautiful grades all through your childhood, but you know you may not be able to do better at what you're doing, right? So there will be all this disconnect, and you will see, oh my God, were those grades really like something that I should have been worrying about? I did not eat for 2 days because I did not get a good grade. I still remember that day. But was that worth? All these become insignificant. At one point in time, they become insignificant. And when they become insignificant, when you turn around and understand about your history, what happened back so many years, you'll say, oh my God, how foolish I was. Ala anukuntam మనం. So that's why Bhagwan is saying that don't worry about things that are changing. They will change even if you don't want to, right? So just have titiksha, tam titiksha swabharata, have titiksha, tolerance. Look at it and then let it go, let it pass away. Okay? All right, we'll continue again in the next class. So let's do with the closing prayers. Pranavi, నువ్వు చేస్తావు తల్లి closing prayers ఈరోజు?
Uncle, I don't know all of them.
Sorry, you do with me. Om Sarvesham Swasthir-bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir-bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. All right. We'll see you all in the next session next Sunday. Okay? Bye. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Happy vacation. Bye. Bye. Jai Shri Krishna.